Hey makers, it's Charlotte. Today I'm going to teach you how to create your very own bath bomb. First, when you're making any bath and body products, you want your environment to be as germ-free as possible. Be sure to sterilize all of your equipment, including your pitchers, your spatulas, and any tools that you may use with a 5% bleach solution diluted in water. Also, wear gloves, particularly when you're making bath bombs, because they're also made with citric acid that tends to kind of destroy your manicure. So if you are having painted nails and you want to keep them that way, then definitely wear gloves while you're making bath bomb products. So first we're going to start with our primary ingredients. These are the two ingredients that make up really the whole bath bomb. Everything else can, for the most part, be customized. But those two ingredients are sodium bicarbonate and citric acid. So sodium bicarbonate is going to make up the bulk of our bath bomb, and the citric acid is what's going to be used as a gentle preservative and also the fizzy agent in the bath bomb. So these two are kind of your non-negotiables when it comes to making a bath bomb, and I typically use them in a 3-to-1 ratio. So my bath bomb is going to be about 75% sodium bicarbonate and about 25% citric acid. So let's go ahead and get started measuring. You're going to turn your scale on, tear it out, which will eliminate the weight of your pitcher, and start to pour in your sodium bicarbonate. And now we're going to add the citric acid. Again, the ratio I typically use is 75% sodium bicarbonate and 25% citric acid. When you're making bath bombs, you can also use a sifter to break up any clumps in the sodium bicarbonate or the citric acid, or you can simply use your hand to kind of eliminate any clumping you have in there and give it a nice fine texture throughout. I'm going to be using our eco-plastic bath bomb mold today. This is going to give us kind of that traditional sphere-shaped bath bomb. But if you are new to bath bombs and you're just starting out, you can also utilize a silicone mold. This is going to be a bit easier when it comes to unmolding the product. So if this is your first time making bath bombs, then using a silicone mold is a great option for getting started. Once I have these two items together, I'm going to now incorporate my liquid ingredients. So I'm going to utilize Polysorbate in this recipe. Polysorbate is an emulsifying agent, and it helps kind of get my fragrance oil to fully absorb and incorporate into my dry product. So in this formula, I'm going to use 2 ml of the Polysorbate, and you'll notice that Polysorbate is a bit of a thicker ingredient, has more of a gel-like consistency to it. I'm also going to be utilizing rosehip seed oil. So when you're making a bath bomb, you can utilize oils or melted butters to help provide structure to your formula and to help keep the bath bomb solidified. For the rosehip seed oil, I'm only going to be using 1 ml, and I'll drop that in as well. And lastly, certainly not least, my fragrance oil. When I'm making a bath bomb, I typically use about 1% fragrance load in it. I'm going to use about 3 ml of my fragrance oil here. And the fragrance that I chose today is called Lush Lavender and Tahitian Vanilla. So I've got a bit of a lavender theme going here today that's gonna create a really kind of spa-like experience in the tub with this bath bomb. Now I'm simply going to mix these ingredients together, and this will give you a bit of a workout with your forearm, but you'll want to kind of clump all of the ingredients together, and you'll notice that a little bit of liquid really goes a long way. And the longer that you start to kind of mix these together, they should clump and eventually feel a bit like wet sand and hold their shape when you pick it up in your hand. Quick tip. If you're finding that your formulation is a bit dry, you can go ahead and take witch hazel in a spray bottle and give your combination here a bit of a spritz, and that will help just provide a bit more structure And you'll see that when you hold it, again, it should kind of hold its shape a bit here. You don't want it to be too dry or it won't hold its shape when you unmold it. And you also don't want to make it too wet or it's not going to feel like a typical bath bomb and be hard. It will be a bit squishy. So you kind of have to practice when you first get started to find that perfect balance. But if you follow the instructions in this video, then I'm confident you guys will be making perfect bath bombs right away. So I'm pretty happy with the consistency of this powder combination now, and I'm gonna start adding in my enhancers. So I chose our Emerald Eco Glitter to add to this, and I'm gonna add until I am happy with the color. It's really up to you guys how much you'd like to use. But this is what's gonna give my bath bomb color ultimately. And when it is put into the tub, it will kind of give you that fun color experience in the water as well. So I will start by sprinkling a tad in here. And I like to just add a bit at a time, mix it up, again, until I'm just happy with the color personally. I love using eco glitters in these bath bombs because not only does it add color, but it adds a fun sparkle as well. If you're looking to add color throughout, then I suggest using micas or one of our natural powders. And you can also create fun layering effects with your color. You would simply stop before any color was added, separate out your mixture into different bowls, add color to each of them, and then you can layer them in your bath bomb to create a unique visual aesthetic or even a rainbow effect. So this is looking really good, and I'm actually happy with the color as is right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in the lavender. So I'm going to take the botanicals and simply sprinkle them into the center of my eco-plastic mold. And you could add multiple botanicals here. You could add salt or other kind of fun enhancing products into your bath bomb. But I'm just gonna add a small amount of lavender. It's gonna make my finished product turn out like this. And now I'm gonna take my product and I'm going to press it into the mold. So this is probably the piece that requires the most skill when it comes to making a bath bomb. You really wanna press all the way in. And I like to hold my hand kind of cupping the bottom of the bath bomb mold to ensure that there's no space left around the sides. Now there's also a small lip in your bath bomb and you want to keep product off of that lip and in the center of your bath bomb. So I like to start out by adding a generous amount to both sides, pressing it firmly and fully into your base. And once you have a sufficient amount of product in both sides, you will want to kind of lump a gentle amount of product on top. This is what's gonna help build the center of your bath bomb and help it stick together once I close the mold. I also like to suggest pressing on the sides instead of down on the center of your bath bomb to help create the most even appearance as possible. Okay, lastly, all that's left to do is close your bath bomb, press it together, and I let them sit for normally about 2 hours, but you can leave them up to 24 hours. Or if you are a clean enough packager, maybe a little bit cleaner than me even, you can leave them and resell them in these plastic molds. And finally, this will be the finished product that you'll create. Once the product is fully solidified in the mold, you can unmold it, place it in a cello bag or other packaging option, and your bath bomb is ready to enjoy. Thank you guys so much for joining me today and learning how to make your very own bath bombs. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to stay in the know on all the latest makers tips and tricks. Happy making!